Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I just watched Event Horizon. Now, I did see this back in the day in the cinema. I bought it on DVD and Blu-ray because I had a good memory of it, and I think my memory was really just of the atmosphere and the production design because I watched it and it wasn't as good as I remember. And when I did a little bit of research on Wikipedia, I did discover that it had a lot of problems, which I didn't realise, because here in Australia, sometimes, especially back in the 90s, before the internet was what it is, we didn't always hear the gossip, and sometimes we just get a movie marketed. We didn't really know if it had failed in the US. We just sort of saw it on its own terms, and it didn't sort of work that way. And I just remember going to see it and just being impressed and liking the atmosphere and the feeling of it all. It's basically a science fiction horror movie about a lost and abandoned spaceship. People board it, and creepy things happen, and had a sort of alien feeling at the same time, but not. It was like there was possession, but not, because it was all based in science fiction. It's just an interesting, dark sort of foreboding. Just I really like the production design of the ship, the design of the core and everything. It was just really interesting. The film itself didn't do very well. I was kind of surprised to find out that it cost, I think, 60 million and only made, I think, 42 million. Yeah. So it was a flop. I mean, only made 42 million in 1997. And it's kind of not surprising that there were problems where I think Titanic was delayed and they had to get this film out to fill like a slot. They had to have something in the cinema. So they rushed it and they basically cut, I think, 20 minutes or half an hour out of the film, because it was only, I think, a 95-minute film, but it probably should have been, well, you can see there are things that just aren't explained. Characters just do things that just don't seem to be motivated. They're just sort of from out of nowhere, and things don't really get explained. People don't really get explained. Motivations just aren't there. And there are some scenes where characters are just doing things and I'm just like, why is this happening? And you think the writers are stupid, or they're writing a stupid character, which is just kind of tedious for the audience. But it's probably more likely there was some reason behind it that was in a scene that was cut out. So that's disappointing to realise. Sort of look at it now, all these years later, and realise that it actually has quite a few flaws, and visually it's still stunning. The Event Horizon itself, which I think was a physical model still back in 1997, does look amazing. Like I said, the atmosphere, the tone, the feeling, just everything, the production design, just the makeup, the couple of jump scares, everything in it works on that level. But when you actually look at the characters, they just seem to just be doing stuff for no reason, and reacting, particularly in one or two scenes, just really over the top. And it doesn't seem to be really justified, doesn't really seem to come from anywhere. But I still enjoy parts of it. Like I said, you still get that creepy hide, under the covers and just sort of watch with one eye open in some scenes. But so I guess I'm always going to like it for the superficial thing. And I think that was part of the problem. Back in the day, I could easily go to a big, Hollywood film that had great production design and great special effects and no story and no real, character development or anything, motivation, and enjoy it just for the spectacle and for the visuals, and not really think about the plot and the story and what was happening. I think I did that quite a lot for a lot of films and gave a lot of films a pass just because of the production. But now when I look at them now, particularly when the sort of feelings have sort of worn off and you're just sort of not just looking at it and feeling it and experiencing it, you're actually thinking about it and looking at motivations and explanations and exposition and stuff, or lacking exposition or whatever. You then start to see the little flaws in that, and it's kind of annoying because I've been going back and watching a lot of films I haven't seen in years or decades, and some of them have a lot of things that I just didn't see the first time. I still love them, but yeah. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Event Horizon. It's still good, but it's not quite the film I thought it was, which like I said, is happening a bit at the moment when I'm going back and doing a lot of retro reviews. But yeah, I'm going to keep the DVD and the Blu-ray, and I'll probably watch it again. I just won't be surprised. I'll sort of know, and I'll be watching it for the visuals.